One of the problems in today's society is we are looking for quick fixes and shortcuts in absolutely everything we do. So even when it comes to seeking knowledge, unfortunately, we have forgotten the true purpose of seeking knowledge. So we may think we're seeking knowledge, but often what happens is we end up just gathering information and gathering facts. But seeking knowledge with a purpose, true education is about carrying yourself well. It's about dignity. It's about somebody who seeks with discipline. Education is supposed to not only help us intellectually, but also spiritually and morally. And it allows you to make your mark on society, and all that is achieved only when one seeks for a purpose. And when one knows that the reason for studying is not about making money. So without studying for, or teaching for a purpose, what we end up doing is creating corrupt leaders. Our focus of learning should not be about money. It should be about becoming or creating better, civilized human beings. So it's knowledge that makes us human beings, which is why seeking knowledge is an obligation on every Muslim. But most importantly, knowledge of the Akhirah. So topics like fiqh, aqidah, pillars, tahara, this is what Islam is based on. So we should seek knowledge, any kind of knowledge, but as long as the knowledge brings you closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we should always pray a dua specifically for the increase of knowledge. A dua as simple as Allahumma rabbi zidni ilma, and know that whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants goodness for his people, then he does that by giving them knowledge. And the pursuit of Jannah starts with knowledge. And so what we should do is not only make an effort to seek knowledge ourselves, we should not only prioritize to seek education ourselves, but we should also support those who wish to seek knowledge. So one can never lose through seeking knowledge. You can only receive goodness, and especially when it comes to women. An ummah can never be sound if the mother is not sound, as Jannah lies at the feet of a mother. So we have to honor women. We have to raise and elevate women and support them when it comes to education. We have to prioritize education when it comes to our daughters. Sadly, women have been condemned for orality for centuries. They've been deprived of literacy and often degraded and laughed at by men and women who use phrases and terminologies like old wives' tales and gossip queens and chatterboxes. Or they just say then women, their nature is just to gossip. This is all because, unfortunately, there are many people who are afraid of intellectual women. Because often intellectual women make some people nervous. But we need more intellectual women. And Ayesha radiallahu ta'ala anha is one of the perfect examples. She, had students. She was a teacher who taught poetry. She taught the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. She gave fatwas to the greatest of Sahabas, and many of the greatest muhaddithin were her students. And this is the woman the Prophet ﷺ married. So the best of creation marries one of the greatest female intellectuals that history has ever known. So this is the example set by our beloved Messenger ﷺ. This is how he elevated women. So if we are to progress as a society, if we are to move forward, then the first and fundamental priority is to educate our women.